What if waking up at 3 a.m. every night had nothing to do with stress, and everything to do with 3 specific changes happening inside your body after 60? If you are over 60 and you wake up between 2 and 4 in the morning, wide awake, heart slightly racing, unable to get back to sleep, I want you to know something important. You are not alone. This is not just aging. I want to be honest with you. I know this because I lived it. After menopause, I started experiencing exactly what you may be experiencing right now. And because for more than 27 years, I have worked with elderly adults who lived it too. I watched this pattern get dismissed, get medicated, get blamed on stress, almost never properly explained. Falling asleep was not the problem. I fell asleep fine. The problem was 3 a.m., wide awake, alert, heart slightly raised, and then lying there for an hour, sometimes 2, waiting for sleep to come back. For several months I went deep into the research, studying what the National Institutes of Health, Harvard Medical School, and peer-reviewed journals actually say about sleep after 60. What I found changed my life and how I think about sleep entirely, and I believe it will change how you think about it today. Change number 1. Your melatonin drops by up to 80%. Melatonin is the hormone your brain produces to signal that it is time to sleep. After 60, the pineal gland, the small gland in your brain responsible for melatonin production, begins to calcify. Production does not just slow down. According to research published in the Journal of Pineal Research, it can drop by 80% compared to what it was at age 20. Your brain is barely sending the sleep signal anymore. Production does not just slow down. According to research published in the Journal of Pineal Research, it can drop by 80% compared to what it was at age 20. Your brain is barely sending the sleep signal anymore. In your 30s and 40s, cortisol, your stress hormone, followed a clean daily curve. High in the morning to wake you up, low at night to let you sleep. After 60, that curve flattens. Cortisol stays elevated in the evening. Your body sits in a low-grade state of alertness, even when you are lying in a dark room. A 2010 study in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology documented this pattern across aging populations. This is not anxiety. This is biology. Change number 3. Your blood sugar crashes at 3 a.m. This is the one almost nobody talks about. After 60, your liver becomes less efficient at maintaining stable blood glucose overnight. Blood sugar drop around 3 a.m. triggers a cortisol spike, which wakes you up. The result? You feel alert, slightly hungry, and unable to get back to sleep. This is not random insomnia. This is a metabolic event. The good news is, these habits are simple. Some involve foods and supplements you may already have at home. No dramatic lifestyle overhaul. What was missing was not willpower, it was the right information. Let us go through them one by one, but before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications. Before I give you what to add, I need to give you what to remove first. Because if these 3 habits are still in your evening routine, they will cancel everything else. Let us clear the path. First, avoid alcohol within 3 hours of bedtime. Alcohol feels like a sedative, and it is for the first half of the night, but it suppresses REM sleep and triggers a rebound effect in the second half, exactly when your blood sugar is already dropping. You are doubling the disruption. Blue light from LED bulbs and screens sends a direct signal to your pineal gland to stop producing melatonin. Blue light from LED bulbs and screens sends a direct signal to your pineal gland to stop producing melatonin. When your melatonin is already 80% lower than it was at 40, adding blue light suppression on top of that is not just unhelpful. It is the reason many people over 60 cannot fall asleep until midnight despite feeling exhausted. Third, eating after 8 p.m. Late meals force your liver to process food, instead of regulating blood glucose for sleep. That metabolic competition is a direct cause of the 3 a.m. waking pattern. Stop these 3. Not next week, tonight. Now here are the 5 habits to replace them with. Late meals force your liver to process food instead of regulating blood glucose for sleep. That metabolic competition is a direct cause of the 3 a.m. waking pattern. Drinking large amounts after 7 p.m. significantly increases the likelihood of waking up to urinate sometimes 2 or 3 times a night. The fix is simple. Front-load your hydration. Drink the majority of your water before 6 p.m. and taper off in the hours before bed. Stop these 4 habits, not next week, but today. Now that we have cleared the path, let us build the protocol. Here are the 5 things you can start tonight. Habit 1. A specific bedtime drink that addresses the cortisol problem directly. Magnesium glycinate, the cortisol reducer. Magnesium regulates your HPA axis, the system that controls cortisol production. Multiple studies, including a 2017 review in the journal Nutrients, have shown that magnesium deficiency, which is extremely common after 60, directly elevates evening cortisol. Here is exactly how to prepare it. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate powder, not magnesium oxide. That form is for digestion. Glycinate is the sleep form. Dissolve it in 200 milliliters of warm water. No sugar, no additives. Drink it 30 to 45 minutes before bed. If you are new to magnesium, start with 200 milligrams for the first week and build up. Most people begin noticing a difference in sleep depth within 5 to 7 days. Habit 2. Tart cherry juice, the melatonin restorer. Tart cherry juice is a natural concentrate that addresses the melatonin drop directly. Tart cherries are one of the very few natural food sources of melatonin. But here is what makes this more than just a folk remedy. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition followed a group of older adults with chronic insomnia. That is not a marginal improvement, that is a structural change. After introducing tart cherry juice twice daily, their total sleep time increased by 84 minutes per night. Here is exactly how to take it. Use 30 milliliters of unsweetened tart cherry concentrate, not sweetened cocktail juice, diluted in 200 milliliters of water. One dose around 6 or 7 p.m. A second dose, 30 minutes before bed. 2 doses. Every day. The melatonin effect is cumulative. Give it 2 full weeks before you judge the results. Habit 3. The bedtime snack. Blood sugar stabilizer. There is a small, specific snack, whole grain crackers, that prevents the 3 a.m. blood sugar crash. Your liver needs a slow-release supply of glucose to get through the night without triggering a cortisol spike. The way to provide that is a combination of complex carbohydrates and healthy fat eaten approximately 60 minutes before bed. 2 options that research supports. Option 1. 4 whole grain crackers with 1 tablespoon of almond butter. The complex carbs digest slowly. The fat slows glucose absorption further. Blood sugar stays stable through the critical 2 to 4 a.m. window. Option 2. Half a banana with 10 almonds. The almonds provide magnesium and healthy fat. You are doubling up on mineral support at the same time. This is not a meal. It is a metabolic stabilizer. Keep it between 150 and 200 calories. No more. Habit 4. Habit 4. The simplest of all 5, and possibly the most impactful in the short term. After 7 p.m., switch every light source in your home to amber or warm-toned lighting. 2. 700 Kelvin or lower. That means replacing overhead LEDs with warm-toned alternatives, using a salt lamp, or simply turning off overhead lights entirely and using 1 warm lamp per room. A Harvard Medical School study showed that blue light suppresses melatonin for twice as long as green light, up to 3 hours of suppression from a single evening exposure. When your melatonin is already running at 20% of its peak, you cannot afford to suppress it further. Your phone and television also count. If you use screens after 7 p.m., activate night mode or use blue light filtering glasses. Not perfect, but significantly better than nothing. Habit 5. The dinner timing shift. Move your dinner earlier. Target. Finish your evening meal by 1:08 p.m. If that is not realistic for your schedule, the absolute latest is 1:09 p.m. Here is why this matters specifically after 60. After a meal, your core body temperature rises as your digestive system activates. Sleep initiation requires your body temperature to drop by approximately 1 degree Celsius. When you eat late, you are pushing directly against that physiological process. And your liver, already less efficient at glucose regulation after 60, needs the overnight window clear of digestion to do its job properly. When it is busy processing a 9 p.m. dinner, it cannot stabilize your blood glucose at 3 a.m. This one habit alone, applied consistently, reduces nighttime waking. Not because of magic. Because of how your biology is timed. The system, why these, work together. Now let me show you why these 5 habits work as a system, not just as individual tips. Melatonin drop. Tart cherry juice restores the signal. Amber lighting stops the suppression. Cortisol problem? Magnesium glycinate addresses the hormone directly. Dinner timing removes the metabolic interference. Blood sugar crash. The bedtime snack stabilizes glucose through the night. Dinner timing gives your liver the window it needs to do its job. Every habit connects directly to one of the 3 biological changes. That is not coincidence. That is how you actually fix a problem, not with a single supplement or a single tip, but with a protocol that addresses the root cause at every level. This is what the research shows, and this is what most people over 60 are not being told. Let me leave you with this. Poor sleep after 60 is not something you simply accept. It is not just aging, it is a biological mechanism, and biology responds to the right inputs. Start with the 3 things to stop tonight. Add the 5 habits over the next 2 weeks. Give your body time to recalibrate. The research suggests that within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent application, you should see a measurable change in how long it takes to fall asleep, how many times you wake up, and how rested you feel in the morning. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your country and your experience with sleep in the comments below. Which of these 5 habits are you going to start first? I read every single one. And if you know someone over 60 who is struggling with sleep, share this with them. This information should not be hidden. Sleep after 60 is not a luxury. It is biology. And now you have the protocol to work with it, not against it. Thank you for being with me. If this helped you, share it with someone over 60 who needs it tonight. Drop your biggest sleep struggle in the comments. I read every single one. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.